to talk about context clues. Does anybody know what a context clue is? Go ahead.
It's like the words around the word you don't know, and those words help you find out what the word you don't know is.
Exactly, good job. Okay. So a context clue are the words or sentences near an unfamiliar word. And the reader can use these clues to find the meaning of the unfamiliar word. So there are a couple steps in using context clues to help you discover the meaning of that word. Step 1 is to reread the sentences and look for a clue. Sometimes it can be very obvious what the clue is, and sometimes it isn't. So in this sentence right here, it was hard to decipher or figure out the code. What is the context clue that tells us what the word decipher means? Yep.
Or figure out the code.
Perfect. So it's right here. Figure out the code. So when it's a little hard to find the clue, you have to read the surrounding sentences, so the sentences before the word and the sentences after the word. So in this example, the Jewish people did not want to be refugees. However, as things got worse, many of them tried to get out of Europe. What do you guys think refugees means based on those two sentences? Does anyone know? Read the second sentence. Go ahead.
They were people that tried to get out of Europe.
Right, they needed to get out of Europe because it wasn't a safe place for them to be. Excellent. Once you figured out what you think the word means, you're going to replace that unfamiliar word with a synonym. So this will allow you to double check your work to see if it is correct, if your guess was correct. Do you guys do this in math a lot, where you double check your work? You could also do it when you're reading. So finally, if you still cannot figure out what the word means based on context clues, then you have to look it up in a dictionary. Alright, which happens to everybody. I have to look things up in the dictionary sometimes, but context clues are to help us to avoid that. So we're going to practice our skills a little bit, so I want you guys to turn back to page 13. And I'm on the last paragraph. We just read this as a class. So, some refugees, like the man who only owned one shirt, had left their homes with the clothes they wore. Compared to some, they were lucky. Those who had been prisoners had only the clothes they had been forced to wear in the concentration camps. Most of the refugees had no shoes. The people of Oswego responded to the refugees' needs with great compassion. Many of them went home and gathered clothing, children's shoes, cookies, and candies. They then passed them through or over the fence. Okay, so I want you guys to look at the word compassion. Now, based on what we read in these two, on page 12 and 13, what do you guys think the word compassion means? Use the context clues from the paragraph and the 2 pages to figure it out. And then when you have an answer, you can raise your hand. Yes?
They showed it with lots of energy.
Lots of energy, good. Do you have an answer?
They were being very kind when they gave it to them.
They're being very kind. Excellent. So obviously if they gave clothing, shoes, and cookies, they're being very kind. So the word compassion means kind. Excellent job. Alright, so now we're going to have a little fun. And we're going to do a little cheer to help us remember what context clues are. Alright, so here's our cheer. I'm going to say each line and you can repeat it the first time just so you know how the beat goes, and then we'll do it together, okay? Do you guys want to stand up? Okay, ready? Boom, boom, boom. Gotta get that.
Boom, 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 gotta get that.
Boom, boom, boom. Gotta get that context clue.
Boom, 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 gotta get that context clue.
Gotta get that context clue.
Gotta get that context clue.
I like those context clues.
I like those context clues.
They can really help you too.
They can really help you too.
Some words are pretty tough.
Some words are pretty tough.
They try to trip me up.
They try to trip me up.
Gonna use those context clues.
Gonna use those context clues.
Gonna look before the word.
Gonna look before the word.
Gonna look after the word.
Gonna look after the word.
Gonna check with a synonym.
Gonna check with a synonym.
Boom, boom, boom. Gotta get that context clue. Boom, boom, boom. Gotta get that context clue. Gotta get that context clue. Excellent. All right, all together one more time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. Gotta get that context clue. Gotta get that context clue. Gotta get that context clue. I like those context clues. They can really help you too. Some words are pretty tough. They try to trip me up. Gotta use those context clues. Gotta look before the word. Gotta look after the word. Gotta check for the synonym. Gotta check for the synonym. Boom, boom, boom. Gotta get that boom, boom, boom. Gotta get that boom, boom, boom. Gotta get that context clue. Gotta get that context clue. Excellent. So next time you come across a word that you don't know, remember to use your context clues. Thank you.